Today I am glad to bring you guys my yearly retired Lego set thoughts video, and for this year I was able to find the Scooby-Doo Mystery Mansion set. I got it a couple weeks ago for $200. This is normally a $300, $250 to $300 set sealed on Amazon. I found it at this place sealed for $200. And I really couldn't pass up the opportunity. So I pretty much jumped on getting the set, and the Mystery Machine and Fred are not included in this set. They were from the Mystery Machine set that came out with the Scooby-Doo line. This is a separate set that I had. This was the only Scooby-Doo set that I was able to get in 2015 or around that time when the sets were out. And so it took a very long time to get this set, and I'm very happy to have it. But we'll start out with the minifigs, starting out with the three villains from this set, which on the left you've got the Black Knight, Mr. Wickles from the first episode, What a Night for a Night. And then the middle one, you have the Ghost, Bluestone the Great from A Clue for Scooby-Doo. Or actually, no, this is not A Clue for Scooby-Doo. That's the middle one is The Hassle in the Castle, which is actually, I believe, the second episode of the original series. And the vampire, I don't know right off the top of my head for which episode this is based off of. And then you've got the Scooby-Doo gang, which, a bit of a fun fact that I actually found out when I was still had the set sealed, but I had the set in hand, but I had it sealed under my bed for like 2 weeks. But I looked up on Amazon the price of each of the figures from the line, and Fred only came in the Mystery Machine set, and he's a $15 minifig if you want him new. Shaggy and Daphne are in more than one set. Daphne in this one and the Haunted Lighthouse set, which is one I really wanted to get. Never got it, but oh well, I got this one. Those ones are both, I believe, $10 for each of them. And Scooby, I think, is the most common because I think there's like 5 different versions, or at least 5 release Scooby-Doos, because he's in every single set. And now, Velma is the one that really shocked me the most, because if you want a copy of Velma from the Scooby-Doo line, new, you gotta pay $100. I looked it up on Amazon and I saw one going for $95 on Amazon. It's like that's like almost half the price of the original price for the set, which I think is kind of crazy. And so that's just a little bit of a fun fact for each of the minifigs, which I think are all really, really well done. Other than maybe one minor detail that I don't like is the amount of coloring to Daphne's headband. But other than that, I think these figures are all really, really great figures. And I'm really glad to have another one of those 2014 ball and chain pieces, because I really like those. And I have now 3, but I don't know where the other 2 are. So this will come in handy a lot. So that's just a little thing on the minifigs, and now we'll get to the small build, which is this Mystery Machine sidecar, which is able to hold 2 figures. Sorry about that. And one on the motorcycle and one in the sidecar, which I think is a nice touch to it. But for me, since I've got the Mystery Machine set, I think I'm just going to use the Mystery Machine as our mode of transportation. But still, the sidecar is still a wonderful set, and a wonderful part of this set. And then you get a couple accessories with the camera, magnifying glass that actually works, sausage, because this was before they introduced that hot dog bun piece, which is a really great piece that I wish they would have included in the Scooby-Doo line. And then you get a printed 2x2 tile with, sorry about that, with a bit of a map on it. And personally, I wish they would have done that on a brown 2x2 tile, because I don't think the white really works for that. But now we'll have a look at the mansion itself, which is really, really well done. And it's very run down. And I like the look of this thing quite a lot. I'm not a big fan for the amount of detail to the trees here. I wish they would have included at least maybe a 1x3 tile put across that 1x3 plate there, but I think that's fine, and the amount of detail is really well done for the right side of the mansion itself. And then we've got the main tall section, which has a clock on it, which are all stickers on those number pieces, which is kind of a shame. There's a lot of clearback stickers in this set, which I'm not too big of a fan of, but I think this is one of the few times clearback stickers are used to really good effect. And so I'm really happy with the way this whole thing turned out, and all the way at the top it's just more points and stuff. And then we've got, for the last front section, we've got the greenhouse section, which has got some broken windows and a couple of those jack-o'-lantern pieces that you can flip over minifigs. And I really like this section of the building. It's probably my favorite section because it pays homage to one of my favorite classic episodes of Scooby-Doo, the Haunted House Hang-Up, with the greenhouse. And the greenhouse in that episode played kind of a big part in the end, towards the end of the episode. So that's why the greenhouse in this set really is one of my favorite parts to the set. Now we'll turn the thing around, which the middle section doesn't really have a ton of detail, but it's got a good amount of detail. And there is this play feature here with this trap in there, which is actually the only trap in the entire set. And then, I know it's kind of dark in there, but you can make out the homage they did to the Minor 49er episode of the Scooby-Doo Where Are You with that. And so I think this middle section is done really well, and that top section plays in with the vampire, but I'm not going to show that. If you want to see all the play features in action, check out Jang Bricks' review from a few years ago on this wonderful set. And then we'll move over to the kitchen area, which has got a rat in it. And then you've got really nice amount of detail for this very small kitchen area. And it also includes one of those inverted round 2x2 tiles, which has got a print on it, which I believe for those pieces are exclusive to the Scooby-Doo line. If anyone knows if they're exclusive or not, feel free to tell me in the comment section below. And then you've got a safe with the lock on it on the next floor up, which has got 3 gold bars, and the safe is done in sand green, these are actually my first sand green pieces that I've ever gotten, and I really like the color. So I think it's a great set and a great addition to this wonderful set. And that safe itself works as just a wonderful add-in to any city for a criminal. And now we'll move over to the other side, which is a greenhouse, which has got my biggest gripe to the entire set, which you guys might be wondering what that is. But the bottom or main level I really like, because they allow you to build a giant Venus flytrap, which is paying another homage to that same episode that I mentioned earlier, Haunted House Hang Up, where they feed the Venus flytrap a Scooby snack and it doesn't like it. And you've got more clearback stickers in here as well as a couple more of those jack-o'-lanterns. You get one on the ground and then one raised up a little bit. And now we'll get onto the biggest problem I have with this set, and you guys probably can tell, but the biggest problem I have is right here with the giant sized hole in the roof. I don't really like that amount of space being wasted, but I get what they were going for, but I'm just not a complete fan of the way that looks. So I'm probably gonna find some spare brown pieces and close that gap a little bit. Like, I'll leave it open a little bit, maybe a plate or so, but I think I'm gonna try to close that gap up and then finally place this whole thing into the city, which I have the spot planned out for this wonderful set. So you guys can tell me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will do more in the future.